And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be continuing the 3.0 main scenario. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, we basically did some trials for the Moogles here at Moghome. So, now we're ready to move on. So, the next quest is called Leaving Moghome. So, Moghame is ready to lead you out of Moghome. So, well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you? If not, Alphanode is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. Okay. So let's talk to Alphanode. So, to the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith. And I believe the Elder Tsitsi and Renute will soon be making journey back home to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, if not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Okay, so let's say goodbye. See you later, Takane-sana. So, Alphanode, Mithrie, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Moogles might never have been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kubla Koop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the Sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure. I've made so many new friends and so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmen back home. And it is our home we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. A safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Heavensward awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion Serestinian. Beneath that social facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. Cool. So let's talk to Moghome. Let's get out of here. Okay, so I guess what this is trying to teach us is open your eyes a bit. And think up as well, given that we are in the clouds after all. Okay, here is Moghome. So, have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears? Then we are indeed ready to go. That's complete. The next quest is called The Road to Zenith. Moghome has volunteered to lead you to Zenith. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Heavensward's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should be the first thing. Okay, so let's go. We need to go here first. On our road to Zenith. So, it's what I said before, that the main scenario is like a storybook guide of the game, all the zones, all the world. So if not for the lore, if nothing else, it is just, you see it's taking us slowly around each zone, which is really nice. Okay, so we have a fight on our hands, so let's do Stone Skin. Let's do this. You can see the first one's dead before they even break my Stone Skin. Okay, cool. So, we need to go around here. Cool. So I'm sure, you know, eventually, give it probably a couple of weeks, there will be plenty of people flying around all the zones. Like, we will be seeing lots of people doing fates and blah blah blah, rather than just the few. So, yeah. And I am very much looking forward to this new continent being fully opened up to me. Cool. Let's do this. Okay, here's the next mobs. So we're almost at the palace. Oh, it's 3 drop. Next. Okay, so we're almost at Zenith. Cool. So there are literally just random dragon enemies here. Okay, summoning stone. So we're immediately gonna click on that in case we ever want to fly back here. But we have the Aether Right system as well. Okay, here is Moghome. Okay, so next quest. So things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece. I wonder what the dragons... what has the dragon so awfully snappy? I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. So that's complete. We will take, again, ninja stuff. Next. So, Moghome seems fretful about the weather, and the quest is called Waiting for the Wind to Change. So, we may have a small problem. When the winds are high like this, Heavensward invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you try blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the winds die down. I did notice like different weather for different okay, so that's Zenith over there. So yeah, so I did notice that I do wonder if they've made it so that when you're on certain quests it is certain weather, so like you see certain weather even though other people see other stuff. But I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe it's just coincidence. Okay, so need to go down here. Okay, we'll take the stairs. Almost there. Big round area. Okay, here is Moghome. So, this should do nicely. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Corfus. Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alpha knows whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Mithrie, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Sounds fair enough. Cool. So I guess we have a couple of fights on our hands. Cool. Yep, we have definitely got fights on our hands. Oh yeah, because if he's after firewood, then of course we want to defeat the walking trees just so they don't attack him. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, done. Let's return to Lady Estinian. I say lady because he seems to be overly just not manly. Okay, so where are you, madam? Ah, here you are, sweetheart. There's Estinian. So, I see, I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Ah, mum care. So, once Alphanode returns with the wood, we can see about supper. Oh, Mummy's going to make us dinner, cool. So, the Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looked like stew ingredients ready for the fire. Aww. So, few things compared to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. So speaks the great explorer. Until recently you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. "'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to your sail with a pile of damp leaves." I was born the pampered son of a Charlayan dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of my own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the scions. We, all of us, are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men laid down their lives, never knowing what it is they were fighting for, never questioning that which they had been taught to believe. "'Twas only upon meeting Harsvogr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I never would have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods which fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things, I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetrating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Alphinaud. At your age, I was but a fool, swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have laboured. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny the man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant how the Dragonsong War began, but we do not put an end to this conflict now. I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hand resides the power to vanquish a great Wyrm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Harsvogr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Okay, that's complete, so we're going to take a healing chest piece. Let's do that. Cool. So, next quest. Let's talk to Moghome. So the next quest is called Heart of Ice. So Moghome is gazing meaningfully at the path to Zenith. So the campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Healthfogger back to the skies above Zenith, I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot on that shiny horn. So I'll be heading back now. If all's the same to you, good luck. It was nice knowing you. Talking with a lot of confidence. Okay, so we're going to head to the top floor of Zenith. Let's go. So that was nice. We journeyed a bit, had a rest around a campfire, and we're going to finish our journey now. I'm not going to do any fates. We'll come back to that, but I will be sure to do all the dungeon roulettes every day to make sure that I'm keeping on top of the experience, because it's only a matter of time before they demand us to be level 55, so... Okay, so here is Zenith. Again, let us click on the summoning stone. There's a nice Aephorite for us to click on as well. Ooh. It's a dragon song around here. So let's climb this insane building. So I'll just follow the stairs. I'll assume that that's the way to go. I might be assuming wrong though. As long as we're going up, we're making progress, is my opinion. I am sure we will find some really obvious staircase, and then I'll feel like an idiot. Yep, it's right there. I could have just gone straight up. I'm such an idiot. Lol. Here we go. So this is the ramp I was looking for, not the detour that we just took. Oh, look at that place over there. Okay, here we go. There's another Aether current here, which you can get later. So now, destination.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Racevelga, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva. But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me. I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn. Then the spirit that answered me.
Be that as it may, Lord Racevelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
slunfta, sit fra antu in, bish an ish elra. Sit moni ratatoska nisheg ed, for always in dar. Kal Eikmon thorn en Yui, ale fei in leita, borkin ushkin in. San es shisnishka, stadrana mohi. Snodoanki, uteda maas mornish.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, Dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
Mixa eski listain, non miki shisikin, kua ala aim el. Sai an ursina an thornizeg. Non wo I alamon a. Skor esk nik I es. Nes so I ang on in. Do in an. Olodram.
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Sale, orn I nesh iratatoska kinfo elna. Sith is nesh dokin an.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Is ros esh idran. Oloson inizek. Non nish I esk diedran en. Wa ulwa. Skola es alakin el andranken. Mondo.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
War ulmon ala an as drago. Kawol smain kol su thrahal seskroni. Se an in kinizeg.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Ice in drago, ale inia in.
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Ja lies as an in la tu ole in an hes isu. Nik du set in sori, nosta no lis as dui for in. An easy ultra as misek for in lie as nesh ian iratatoska. In sith son ishi eskfa ulgar los an. Snosk for an non an lis an. Skål ilens an. Skål.
Well, that was the greatest cutscene ever. Next. So Heavensward was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. The will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even onto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. That's complete. Again, ninja stuff, why not? So next quest. The next quest is called the Wyrm's Lair. So Alphanode is considering your party's next course of action.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Wyrm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the Wyrm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Wow. So we need to search for the Aerie now. So let's go. So the Aerie will be, I guess, the next dungeon for us. I could just jump down, but what's the fun in that? Okay, I can't wait to be flying around all these zones, I really can't. Okay, so I think, oops, wrong way. Wrong bridge. So wow, they've really gone out of their way to make this expansion as cinematic as possible. And it is true what Heavensward said. It's like, at the end of the day, you're contending with immortals. For them, even 1,000 years is just like a week, you know, it's not a big deal whatsoever. So even though for most of what we're talking about in terms of the history and whatever, it's like way into the past, for them it's still, like you said, it's still their present. It's like, as far as they're concerned, it's still happening. Okay, so let's stone skin up and let's do another round of fighting. Done. So again, at least we get to explore the land some more, see what else is going on, and so on. And after we're done with the next dungeon, I wonder what, if that will be the end of the area, and then we get to go to the next zone, which I think will take us back to the Sea of Clouds before we move on past it. Because we barely got to step foot into the Sea of Clouds, and then we'll see the zones, which 3 zones after. So at this point, and it makes sense given we're on 54, we're not even a third, we're like a third of the way through the expansion in terms of the story. So we will see what else is to come, what twists and turns and history we might learn about, and which characters we might learn more about, if we'll like anyone more than now, like anyone less than now. But wow. So really, please, if you're going to play this game, do not skip the cutscenes, do not skip the quest text, read it all. It is brilliant. This game is very much a interactive storybook, so enjoy every minute of it while it lasts. Owned. I am enjoying Paladin more and more the more I play it, to be honest. Okay, I'm assuming we go this way and then this way. That would make sense. And it's like I said before, I'm only going to do whichever side quests are needed to get the Aether Currents. All other side quests I'm going to save for my second class. If I can. And I'll just get experience by other means, whether it be dungeons or roulettes or leaves or whatever. Or fates. Because it just means that the second time I go through all the zones with my second class, that I don't just have to fate grind or whatever, or dungeon grind the whole way, that I can have other things to do. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got slowed. Cool. Right, so we're heading towards the Eyrie. From the Wyrm's lair, so... Where is the Eyrie? Is it close to here? Let's do this. Aether current there, that we'll get to another time. Maybe I have to go onto this roof. Okay, here is Justinian.
Is that it?
That would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
Okay, that's complete. Take some more healing stuff. Okay, so next quest. So new wins, old friends. So Stinian would have you enlist the aid of Sid Garland. So a force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie. But I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineering friends of yours. Very well, on the condition that ye swear to not lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Renette's Forum, Mithrie. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will be in Ishgard. Okay, so St. Renette's Forum is in Foundation right there. So let's go back to Foundation. Cool. So, progressing on nicely. We're about a third of the way now to level 55, which is good. There is Alpha Node. So, when you last saw Master Garland, he was advising the Guardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Count Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Sky Steel Manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Aymeric would seem the obvious choice, but there is no guaranteeing that he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumours. Let's return to the manor and see if Lord Imanalain is about. Okay, so let's use the Aethernet shard and go to the last vigil. Was this the closest place to the Four Temps Manor? And let's go in. Well, this feels like ages since we've been here. Okay, here is a mana lane. So, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust... in search of Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. It would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland's Ironwork employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Mithrie, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Okay, so let's go to the airship landing, which is right there. So we need to teleport to the Astrologian guild. Cool. So, Aethernet shards. This one. Cool. So, airship landing. Here is Master Sid. So, Mithrie, Alpha Node, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favour. So, another wind barrier? And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Istinian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know for how much longer. Alright, I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave the new toy of yours a proper field test. it's probably best if I let the lad show you. Come on, the manufactory is not far. Cool, let's go. Let's go to the manufactory and complete this quest. And again, we can use the Aethernet to get straight to the manufactory, because it is one of the things on the list. So where is it? Manufactory, here you go. Oops, wrong way. Lol. There we go. There is Biggs. So our little project is just inside. Oh, you're going to like this one. Probably.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
Oh, hell yeah.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, and lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off, if you'll forgive the pun.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the mana cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
Okay, so let's complete. So, I think, guys, that's a good time to stop. We've made some great progress through the Churning Mists. We know what we're doing in terms of getting towards the Eyrie. We're now going to be heading back to Roban in the next episode. So, anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.